Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Twigs and Rigs. Got an exciting episode here for you today. My name is Jacob Gopali, joined as always by,
Zach Rosen.
and today we are going to be talking about end of season awards. So, without further ado, we'll get Zach to kick it off here.
Yeah, starting with the. I mean, it was a debate, but I don't know if it still is. The Calder. Uh, Mine kind of goes. I mean, this is what I think will happen. I wouldn't. This is what I think is going to happen. I think it's going to be Hudson, Wolf, Celebrini, and Michkov. I kind of give it to Celebrini, just because I think Hudson's defensive game is not the good. But yeah, I mean, I think those are at least the top four. And Wolf, Wolf was incredible. Shout out also Jet Greaves, our new Lord and Savior, Jet Greaves. But yeah, you?
Yeah, I mean, I have relatively the same. I'd put Mitchkov in over Wolf personally, for if that top three. But yeah, I mean, it's tough for the Celebrini and Hudson one because I mean, I'm a big fan of Hudson and Celebrini, but it's tough because Celebrini has been such a fantastic all around player, and Hudson's been electric. He's been one of the best rookie
Offensively, yeah.
defensemen points wise in NHL history so
Offensive,
far
like he's already one of the best OFTs in the league.
in the entire league. So it's kind of hard to. It really depends on what you're valuing. If you value a player who's really helping his team get to the playoffs as he did, or you value a player who's providing an all around game. Uh, my vote's gonna be Hudson, but Celebrini is like right there. I'm not really arguing with anybody too hard on if they pick if Celebrini over Hudson. But
Yeah,
as much as a lot of my friends here know, I'm not the biggest overall Mitchkov guy, like into the future and all that.
really.
I mean, not like crazy like other people are about it. I think he'd still be fantastic. I've got his jersey, but that's a separate thing. But I think he's definitely number three. Mitchkov has had a phenomenal year, and yeah, he'll be number
The
three.
thing with Celebrini is like he also has 63 points and
He
in
does have a ton of
70
points as
games
well. Exactly, yeah. Like he's been
already. Like
unbelievable as well.
the fact that there's already a debate of people that are like Celebrini or Bedard, I think is insane as
Yeah,
well. I think that just speaks to how good Celebrini's been, especially with that dog shit team. Like he has a decent supporting cast around him into Foley, Eklund, Smith. But outside of that, like look at that defense as well. Awful. Awful.
I do think that similar production from a defenseman is crazy though,
Mm-hmm.
as well, especially for being an undersized guy. And I also think the type of style that Hudson brings with that slick skating is just unbelievable skill, elusiveness, and everything like that is top tier in the NHL. He just doesn't have the shot to make it as effective quite yet.
It's very Quinn Hughes esque.
It's incredible. Yeah, yeah, very much so.
He's on a pairing with I think he's with Gooley
Cooley,
as well.
Cooley,
So
Cooley, yeah.
it's just the perfect mesh.
Oh yeah,
Because Gooley's also been a rock.
yeah.
So also with the Sharks, shout out Logan Couture.
I know.
Unfortunately, can't play anymore because of injury.
It sucks.
One of the most clutch players of the generation, I'd say. Like in the playoffs, he would just
Yeah,
show up when you need a big goal, when you need a big penalty kill. Like it's just so good,
yeah, yeah.
and
That's a,
it's gonna lead into the next generation of Sharks players. You'd assume Celebrini is going to be the captain of that team in the near
Mhm.
future. I'd say like year 3, year 4. So it's sad, but he's gonna have a job with the Sharks at some point. So, but it's sad, I'd say. But yeah, and he tried to come back last year too.
I do. Yes.
Also with the Sharks, they locked in the best odds at number 1 overall. If they get it, it's gonna be Matthew Schaefer. They need that dynamic elite 1D who's immediately going to step in, and I think he's going to step into the NHL right away. So, moving on, uh, and I mean Flyers are also in that. They're played tonight. If they lose, I think they're fourth. They lock into 4th. So, and Chicago's locked into 2. So,
Right.
and Nashville's 3rd. So that's your top 4 for probably top 4 for the lottery, I'd assume. But that's a whole nother conversation. Moving on to the Vezina. My 3 are Hellebuck, and Hellebuck.
Yep.
There's no debate.
No.
Second year in a row where he's the sole recipient of the Jennings, because Comrie did not play 25 games. He played 20. I mean, like, if there were actually other 2 people, it'd probably be like what, Logan Thompson and
I've got a dark horse in Kemper, but
yeah, Kemper's had an incredible year as well. It's not being talked about how good he's been either. But
Vazzy played 63 games, and the team has been, he's been a big part of that. So
I will
dark
say
horse
this:
wise, I'm just
unlike those teams, I mean, actually Riddick's been terrible, so they don't really have a backup. Tampa also doesn't really have a backup.
right.
So I'm trying to think of like who would a third for the Vezina be. I'm just trying to think because Logan Thompson, probably one of my other ones. Kemper's up there. They put out a thing today. Let me look. They put out Ollinger there, but no.
I'm thinking of like
Yeah, it'd probably be Vasi or Gustafson.
Gustafson. I like that pick as well.
It'd be Vasi or Gus. He's been great. Yeah, it's gonna be Hellebuck winning it unanimously. It's so obvious. I mean, best goalie in the league. Playoffs, we'll see if he can actually elevate. Because in the biggest moments, he really just has not played well. Especially last year, I think he had like below 860 or close to that in the playoffs, something like that.
Yeah.
So we'll see if they can do anything this year. Some other goalies that had good years. Both the Leafs tandem, Wall and Stolars had really good years. Sam Montembeau had a really good year, and I was really shocked to see that he had like a 910, I think, or like something like close to that.
Yeah.
Jack Greaves in this final stretch.
Jack Greaves.
He's going to be their backup next year at least because Daniil Tarasov is just not good. Shesterkin, a lot of people are shit on him, but if you think he's like anywhere close to the problem with the Rangers, you're insane. I think he's just so good. He's still the second best goalie in the league in my mind, even with the down year. Like, let me look at Sorokin's numbers. Yeah, I mean 907 down year for Sorokin, but that team is also just not that good. 2.7 goals against is still really good for Ilya. Blackwood had a really good year. I mean, Spencer Knight I think was solid. You could genuinely put Wolf in like top 6 or 7 of the Vezina, and I would not blink at all. He's been that good as a rookie. So best rookie goalie in years, honestly. So
yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
I think it's that Lucas Dostal and Joey Decord both had great years.
Yep. Dostal's looking good.
With some goalie news, Mike Greer said, of course, this is really back to the Sharks. Georgiev, they're not bringing back Georgiev, which like, no shit.
Big shock.
I know. KHL, buddy. Continental Hockey. Oh yeah, Kevin Lincoln had a good year. Forgot to mention him. He had a good year.
Yes.
With Vancouver. Really, I mean, he was pretty much their de facto starter for a lot of the years. So, moving on to the Norris, should be at least pretty cut and dry who the top 3 are. Makar, Werenski, Hughes. It's unfortunate because Makar this year has been a big McKinnon merchant. Without him, he's just has not been that good, at least analytics wise.
Yeah.
Werenski. I mean, 77 points, man.
It sucks that he's not going to win it because
Yeah.
I think it'd be awesome to see him win it, but he's not. It's going to be Hughes. Or
Any other year outside of like last year and the other Makar Norris, he'd win it.
Yes.
He's been
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah.
And the Carlson one because it's 100.
Yes, I was thinking of somebody who got crazy points. That's right.
Like 77 points, great 2-way. and really just willed was a part of that team, willing them to the postseason. I wanted them to make it so bad. Um, he's great. I mean, they're gonna be back in this same ish scenario next year.
Yeah.
Quinn Hughes, I mean, season cut short due to injury, pretty much. Guy was banged up for a lot of it. So some other guys, got Brock Faber was not that good this year. Jesus, Josh Morrissey, probably fourth if I had to guess.
Mhm.
Trying to think of other guys. Chikrin, at least offensively, had a really good year. Slavin, at least defensively, it was just. I mean, come on, best defensive defenseman in the league. Fox, even in a down year, was not bad. Was pretty good. I mean,
Fox was brutal.
eh. I mean, Flyers actually have good. Flyers have good defensemen, but not Norris caliber. Darlene,
no, but and Bonk's coming up again next year.
yeah. York.
York.
That's a situation to watch.
Drysdale. I think they're gonna get a.
Center.
They're gonna get someone this year in the draft.
Center.
Center, but it won't be a defense.
Badly.
Yeah, they're gonna get Desnoyers. Book it.
Denoyer or Frondell, if I had to guess.
If Desnoyers is there, they're not passing up on him, especially since they have his brother.
So, yeah, good point.
They love that story, like how they did with the Cates brothers when they were over here. The Shen brothers. they did with the Shen brothers.
Cates actually had a good year too, by the way.
Oh, he's
Shout
been
out him.
fantastic. He's been unbelievable. But I'm just saying they love to pair up brothers
Yeah.
and stuff. So I could see them doing that, especially.
Yeah.
You know.
Darlene had a great year. Still,
fantastic.
Sanderson had a pretty good year. He's been on the rise the last 2 years.
End up being he's going to be a superstar in my eyes. I don't think it's really a debate. I think it's a matter of when this.
Out of power play points.
Yes,
I will say that.
Surprisingly, for a guy who I thought was not strictly, but pretty
More
much
of a
limited
defensive
in
guy.
offense. Yeah.
Yeah. Great skater. Forsling had a solid year. God, dude, if Heiskanen was in a down year, but his down year is still like a top 10 defenseman. If only it wasn't injuries. Yeah.
Easily.
Thomas Harley had a really good year.
Yep.
He'll get some votes. Colton Parayko had a really solid year. Sergachev's a stud. Obviously Roman Yossi as well. Even though they had an awful year. And I mean Bouchard as well.
Yep.
I think that's. Oh yeah, and Shea Theodore. He had a fucking fantastic season. He's going to get some consideration in top 10 at least.
Yeah, he'll be top 10 in voting.
Next up, this was the one. This is one I always struggle with because there hasn't really been a big narrative for this one. Selke.
Yeah.
My top three were Reinhardt, Hischier, and Eichel. There's some other guys you can throw in there, like Sorelli, for example.
I was gonna have Sorelli, Hischier, Eichel. That was gonna be my three.
But I mean Reinhardt. I mean he almost won it last year. I think he was top 5 at least. Eichel's just been unbelievable. Eichel's put up like MVP type year. Has had an MVP type year.
He absolutely has.
He's been phenomenal for Vegas.
Yes, he has.
Going back to Reinhardt, though, I mean, great two-way game. Obviously, he wasn't going to repeat last year. Let me look at his numbers real quick. I mean, 81 points, 30, almost 40 goals again, pretty much. Like, so good. And he has Barkov with him. Like, that top line can shut you down.
Yep.
We're going to be moving on to Hischier, 30-something goals this year? 35 goals. And can play two a game, and especially how heavily he's relied on, especially now without Hughes. It's huge. And for a team that's going into the playoffs without their number one center, a guy who can essentially be a 1C on a lot of other teams. So, and you look at Jack Eichel, again, MVP type year, 94 points, great two-way game. Playing with Mark Stone doesn't hurt as well. So,
right.
Anthony Cirelli, big improvement in his offense this year. Drastically. First time cracking the 20-goal mark. 27 goals, 59 points. he's still mostly known as a defensive centerman, but he's so good. Obviously, I mean, the obvious who's going to get a lot of votes because he always does, Barkov. Can't discount that. A guy who's also getting some love this year for it, POD.
Yep, I have seen that as well.
Yeah, so I think it's interesting. The narrative on him's really changed over last year. Right? I mean, look at last year compared to this year.
He
Can't
just
get
doesn't
much
have a
worse,
reason
eh?
to complain now.
Yeah. When you're playing with the greatest goal scorer of all time.
Right. And you're
So-
playing on a top 3 team in the league. Oh, yeah, maybe I'll stop complaining about stuff.
Maybe I'll stop being a bitch.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Just
also,
wait, dude. Wait till they aren't so good. Wait till they aren't so good.
other guys, Crosby. Duh.
Yeah, yeah. He'll
Kopitar.
never not be in this conversation.
Kopitar.
Yep.
Uh,
Bergeron.
shut up. He's not in the league. Shut up.
Yeah. And
It should
somehow
be.
he'll
I mean, the
still
trophy should.
find his way onto the Selke
The
Awards. He
trophy
still will.
should be. The trophy should be renamed to. Will be renamed at some point to the version.
It really should. Like, dude, he will. Oh my god. Yeah. Every year he was top 2.
Yeah, exactly. One of the best, probably. I know the best defensive centerman of all time. Like,
Yep.
some other guys. I don't know if Couturier will because he doesn't have the point numbers to back that part up. Even
Hell
then, his defensive game. Ugh.
Hell no.
His skating is so bad now.
Hell no.
Some other guys. Trying to think. Who are some other centers that have been awesome both ways? Leo.
You know, I've liked a lot of what I've seen out of. I mean, not center, but like Protus. I've liked a lot of.
Oh yeah, because it is always for yeah.
I've liked a lot of what I've seen out of him.
Talked about him later.
Yeah.
I mean Leo. He's been great for Anaheim this year. Very big
Normal guys
improvement.
to know.
Oh yeah, Phil. He's been great.
Honestly,
Ryan McLeod.
yes, that's another guy who'll be there in that conversation a lot. Holloway. I don't hate Holloway's
Yeah.
game.
He's been great this year too. Great play driver. I mean, you watch the Blues with him and without him. There's such a stark
Yep.
difference
Yep.
in how they play. He's been such a big play driver for them. It's ridiculous how good he's
No
been.
doubt. No doubt.
Backlund's usually gets votes. Also, shout out
Suzuki's
Calgary
been under the
tonight.
radar too.
Yeah, shout out Calgary tonight, playing their young guys, playing Suniev, Perek,
Eric, yep.
Brstevich, Sam Morton. So, 4 debuts. 4.
People in the rookie lap.
Yeah, exactly. Suniev will be good. I really like Suniev. He'll be a middle 6 guy, but he's gonna be pretty solid.
And Zach's a huge Parrot guy.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. How do we forget this guy, Joel Eriksson-Ek?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Again, he'd be in it more if he didn't miss games. Like that's the big thing with him, at least. Like he's had an unbelievable year. Jordan Stahl. I mean, Jordan Stahl, at least defensively, is always a stud.
Oh yeah.
Like there's a lot of guys in the league who are like that, right? So, oh yeah, Leo Draisaitl's going to be in this for the Selkie.
Yeah,
He's gonna. He genuinely has a shot of winning it,
Yeah, he does.
which is interesting.
I don't know. I think it should be Eichel running away with it, in my opinion. But
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see who. This is probably the highest contested one. Actually, no, maybe not.
maybe the opposite. Yeah.
This will be a highly contested one. Moving on, Jack Adams. My top 3: Dean Evison,
hmm
Spencer Carberry, and MSL. I think with how improved Columbus has been, them being in it basically till last day, which again sucks. With what that team's dealt with the whole year, I mean, I think you got to give it to him.
Yeah. Yeah. I like Scott Arniel a lot as well, though.
Yeah, but they were also they wasn't that good last year. That's my whole thing, right?
I don't know. I think their roster is not like
It's not
I don't
great.
know.
I'll
He's
always say
so
that.
underwhelmed by their roster at all times.
Yeah, I mean, they had Alexia. They have Alexia Follow in the first line right now.
Right. So like I mean, I agree with you. I think those should be the three. And I think it should be Carberry. I don't think there should be really too much of a debate on that. But
Emerson.
I you know what? I'll stick with those three. I'll give an honorable mention to Scott Arniel because I like what he did.
Yeah,
You know,
I think Arneal would be my fourth.
yeah. You know what? I'll ride with that. I'll ride with that. I like that.
Because don't get me wrong, the roster's good, but it's not great, and I'm still have
It's
questions about.
not top two. I would say.
Yeah,
I'll say that.
I still have questions about them in the playoffs. That's another discussion. But
I fully agree. You know what?
Like-
I can get behind that.
they have Mason Appleton playing third line. They have Slaven Mezikov as their 2C,
Exactly. That's
which is
my
insane to me.
Yep.
But they have
exactly.
they have the best goalie in the league.
They do. They do it. They do.
So, but I mean, you look at the Jackets. Nobody thought they'd be here at the end of the year.
I feel like Jackets are a lot like the Habs in the way there's a lot of superstar young talent.
Yeah. I mean, Adam Fantilli reached 30.
Yes, dude. Love
So
that for my
happy.
fantasy
So
team.
happy. Oh yeah. So happy he got 30 for the first time. Especially Kirill Marchenko's a stud. Sean Monahan has been great for them. KJ has looked awesome for them this year. What how many points is Johnson up to? Let's see what his point per game is this year. 'Cause I know he got
Johnson.
injured.
And they still got Lidstrom to come up.
He's going to he's going
to
to
MSU.
Michigan State, yeah.
Yeah.
Kent Johnson had 57 and 67 this year.
Good God.
Matthew Olivier has even been good offensively.
He has been surprisingly yeah.
He got a 6-year deal, which we'll see how that ends up. But how many goals is he up to? 18 goals. 18 goals.
In my opinion, he's the biggest heavyweight in the league. So
Oh yeah. I mean, outside of Rempe, yeah. Delorier as well.
He pounded on.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It's probably Olivier or Delorier.
Yeah, but I think Olivier has way more skill to be.
Yeah, an actual NHLer.
Right.
Yeah, he is.
Delorier gets benched.
Yeah, no, Olivier I think's been on the third line most of the year.
Yeah, Delorier gets benched on a bottom 7 team.
Hey man,
so
he had 2 goals with the Shaw.
Oh God, I saw that ridiculous nonsense.
He has 2 goals in 9 games with Travis Shaw. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I saw that.
But I mean, yeah, this roster wasn't supposed to be here. I mean, they have Matejchuk playing now, who's looked pretty solid.
Right. Yep.
Werenski, obviously. Dante Fabro's been really good. Fabro's been great on the first pair.
Yep.
I mean, outside, I'm Provorov. He's a pending UFA. I think he's staying.
And Nashville got Blankenberg, right? Who's been really good for them. So
he's been solid too.
Been an interesting little, swap there.
Yeah. And I mean, Provorov, he's fine.
He's underwhelming, but
Provorov.
Serviceable.
A few years ago when he was still in Philly, my dad thought he had the talent to be a Norris guy.
You know what?
And it's not a bad take. He did then.
I agree with that. No.
Yeah.
I can't disagree with that whatsoever.
Now he's just probably like a mid high end second pair guy.
Yeah, I mean,
which it's not bad career. He's gonna get a decent chunk of change probably by Columbus in the offseason. I do think he's staying. And I mean, they also have at least their backup next year in Jet Greaves. I mean, Daniil Tarasov is genuinely terrible.
Right.
So why not play the 24-year-old who has looked really good for you guys? One of my buddies thinks he could steal the starter spot. Yeah. I mean, Elvis ain't great, so there's a chance. They need
a 1B situation.
They genuinely need to go out and just get that prime starter next year. So maybe it's John Gibson.
They should grab
John Gibson wouldn't be bad.
They should grab Ravensburgen.
They have Gardner and Ivanov.
That's right. They did just grab him this year. Didn't they grab Gardner this year?
Ivan Gardner's been awesome.
That's right. They did just grab Gardner.
Maybe if they trade for a John Gibson. So
Flyers
that wouldn't be a bad get.
They want Ravensburgen.
They have Zavargan.
Yep. And Bjarnason.
And Cole Thompson.
They're not.
But,
They're not too convinced. They want another guarantee, like because they have 3 firsts, so they want.
yeah. Moving on, I have an award that it doesn't show up on a ballot at all, but I think it's an interesting one. Best defensive defenseman, because the Norris is really just
Mhm.
which D-man scored the most points.
Yeah,
Slavin, obviously, would
I
win
think that's
this.
a runaway. I don't really think there's much.
My other two, Dylan DeMello, who's been awesome for Winnipeg, and Essa Lindell. Bit of bias there, but when he was resting, if you saw how the PK looked, it looked atrocious. I mean, the whole team's been playing atrocious recently, but that kind of plays into it. He's
Oh,
the backbone of this defense right now, at least. So, with Jacob Slavin, what more is there to say for him in the defensive end, right?
I mean, yeah, I like guys like Forsling still a lot.
Forsling would be up there.
I think relative to workload as well, a guy like Tanev should still definitely be into this conversation.
Oh yeah, Tanev would be there too. Trying to think.
A sneaky Braden McCabe.
Yeah, I don't hate that. Mackenzie Weegar.
Yeah, I like Weegs a lot.
Vlasic, Alex Vlasic.
Gavrikov.
Alex Vlasic, Gavrikov. Yep, Gavrikov's a really good one. No one really on Detroit. Ekholm. Matthias Ekholm would be up there. Like guys like that, right? Siegenthaler and Kovacevic have been really good.
Kovacevic has got to play better. Got to play better. He should be worried about his own game.
No one really on the Caps. Matt Roy. God, Dallas should have gotten Matt Roy in the offseason. Maybe then I wouldn't have to deal with Cody Ceci.
Guy we haven't said, but he kind of falls between like Norris and this would be Broberg. He's looked great.
Yeah, he's been great.
He's been
those 2 offer sheets have really just paid off.
Yeah, no doubt.
Missing them.
Yes. But I also feel like they wouldn't be this in Edmonton. I just feel like
at least Broberg, I don't think would be this. Holloway obviously wouldn't have put up at least the points that he did this year if he wasn't on Edmonton. Maybe he'd have the same-ish impact, but
he would fall into where McLeod was. That would be his role there. But I think this is way better for both of these.
Oh, much.
Yeah.
He's probably missing the playoffs, which sucks for St. Louis. Definitely not a meme one, Cody Ceci. No, he's been terrible. He's been dog shit. Ilya Lyubushkin's had a solid year.
Yes.
He's a bit overmatched in his role now. So, you need to get a right D in the offseason. There's another sneaky guy, Jalen Chatfield.
I love Jalen Chatfield. I love that pick a lot.
God, I would love him in Dallas for Marchment. I would love him. Love him in the offseason. And probably last one I'll mention, Marcus Pettersson.
Yeah.
You gotta.
He's had a down year, but yeah, I'll give you that.
Next award. Another one that doesn't show up on a ballot, most improved. I listed 5 guys.
I've got to eat. Yeah, there's a lot of guys here.
Yeah. Alexei Protosh, Philip Broberg.
That was going to be my runaway.
Dostal, Sandberg, and Kovacevic.
Dostal, Sandberg. Okay. Yeah. I like
it's guys like that. The Holloway could have as well. That's another guy. Yeah. But so many guys for this award. You guys in Columbus as well.
I was surprised you didn't say Strome.
He had what, like 60, 70 points last year?
Last year? Am I thinking? Let me make sure I'm not going there.
Obviously, the offense improved.
That's what I mean.
The whole team's offense improved. But yeah, with Protosh, at least the guy's an absolute stud. Like, don't know if he repeats this next season.
You're right. He did.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see if Protosh repeats this next year. I think that's going to be very interesting. Moving on to GM of the year, Chris Patrick.
Boy. I got your boy.
Chris Patrick for the Caps. I think it really should be him. My other 2, McFarland, even though I do not think he's that good, and Steven Stamkos.
You don't have Nil up there at all?
With this defense,
Come on.
love Nil. Great
Ah.
GM. I don't think he's winning it this year. Nah, I can't see him winning it this year. Especially with
I-
the 7-game lose streak, that's
I-
going to kill the narrative.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
But I mean, with what Chris Patrick has done with that Caps roster, like in the offseason, you go out and get Jacob Chikrin for what feels like nothing. Don't get me wrong, Nate Jensen's a good player, but pretty much nothing. Sure, the contract's a bit steep.
And you
But-
said McFarland, right? That would have been another guy from
Avs.
Yeah, that
I
would
don't
have been.
think he's great, but
I think
Yeah,
the
those
moves have
flowers.
been productive. I think
yeah,
they've been,
Blackwood,
they've been quite
Blackwood being the big one. Yeah, I mean,
Blackwood. I think the
he
Nathan
overpaid for. Yeah, he overpaid for Nelson. Like
Yeah. Getting rid of Richie's a brutal one.
so. That's how I've been looking at. And you get Ryan Lindgren, which dude, Ryan Lindgren sucks.
Yeah.
So I don't really understand that. And then the Heart. Forgot to. It's how I think it's gonna end up. This would not be mine. Cooch, Draisaitl, McKinnon. I'd give it to Hellebuck,
Oh,
but the goalie's not gonna win it.
he's not gonna win it, but I like that a lot.
A goalie's not gonna win it. I do think actually he might just finish as a finalist instead of Draisaitl just because Draisaitl has been hurt the last few games. But I think it would be Cooch. I mean, what, second Art Ross in 2 years? Third in total. I mean, guy's an absolute stud. Obviously, he's playing on probably the best line in hockey.
That's where I'm kind of like, I mean,
But you look at this. Look who the main driver on that line is. It's him.
yeah. Okay, fair enough. That's fair.
He controls a lot of it. I mean, Gensel's what at 90 points, something like that. So he's gonna get 40.
He's easily the best offensive mind in the entire game. There's no question. When the puck's on his stick, he is easily the most dangerous player in the world in the offensive zone.
McDavid, but yeah,
I'm taking
David
Cooch.
McKinnon.
If you're already in the zone, I'm taking Cooch. If you're already in the zone, I got to take Cooch.
But he's so good, man.
He's unbelievable.
I know it didn't result in winning, but David Pasternak. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, how about that?
106 points on that team.
How does that happen?
Where I think their second highest scorer was Morgan Geeky.
Yeah, oh wow, God.
So he had 31 goals. Geeky.
Still, no, that's crazy.
It's bad. But yeah, it's gonna be close. I think with the Heart at least because there's just so many guys who can just
So many different
Good
situations
narratives.
too.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of different because Cooch and Cooch's team isn't like ridiculous running away like it used to.
yeah.
So that also helps him a lot. McKinnon's been such a putting the team on his back more so than I think in previous years, in my opinion, more so.
'cause now you're out. Because now you don't have Rantanen.
Right, and Draisaitl's been doing a lot of that work himself as well. Like he's been unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's
Obviously,
tough.
if McDavid was healthy,
exactly right. But they both missed a lot of games.
yeah. Also, shout out McDavid, another 100-point season. Barely clocked it.
Under the wire, yeah.
Yeah. So hey, the streak lives.
Yeah, it does.
Is this 5th year in a row?
Probably. Yeah.
Something like that. I think the only players up there with more 100-point seasons in a row than him are Gretzky and I forget who else. But there's definitely a stat like that. I know that. But yeah, I mean, again, if McDavid was healthy all year, he'd be right up here. Best player in the fucking world.
Yep.
So, best player in the world. And I'm not going to hear any different from it from anybody.
I'm a diehard Nate Mac guy, but
Yeah.
I can never be mad at anyone saying McDavid.
Yeah.
Never.
Matthews, I mean, I think he's been dealing with a wrist injury all year.
Oh, I don't think he's in the conversation for.
No,
that.
he's not. No, he's not.
Oh, we're talking about still Hart.
Yeah.
Okay.
He wouldn't. Obviously, he wouldn't be up there for it. I think he's had a wrist. He's been dealing with a wrist injury all year too. So, but he's seen a dip. He'll be fine. I
Wrist
think.
injury for a shooter is a brutal.
Oh, it's yeah. I mean,
brutal.
yeah, wrist and shoulder are probably
Yeah.
the worst too. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
because I mean, you look at Tarasenko now. He's been through what 2 shoulder injuries. He's only got 12 goals this year.
Yep. Exactly.
And
Poor guy.
Hughes, Jack Hughes, well, second shoulder surgery.
Yeah.
So, it's rough. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Any closing?
No, I think that's perfect. All right. Well, thank you everyone so much for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed that, and we'll be back with another one sometime during the playoffs, I'm sure. So yeah, thank you everyone for listening. Have a good one.
Thank you.